I'm going to talk a little bit about mastery and then sustaining momentum, and I'll talk to you about my work after that. Um, Mastery to me is a combination of really knowing who you are, knowing and owning your images, your way of working. It's a technology that you've mastered, and it's really knowing your palette and what really turns you on and really going for it. And I would say it's relatively new for me in that I was exploring for about 5 years and tried lots of different things. Yet, when I paid attention, I really saw a common thread going through my work, and I started listening to it and really saying, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. And for me, it also was a reintegration of who I was before I was doing artwork. And I'll tell you a little bit about that in a minute. But I think it's really coming to know yourself and mastering of skills. And it's also, if you're really wanting to continue with it, pushing the boundaries of it always. That's really what's fun for me, discovery. And I do this work for discovery. That's what really gives me the delight. So for me, I found my voice, I would say, about 2 years ago, 2.5 years ago. And it coincided with moving into a big studio. I, too, was working in a space sort of like this size. And I started working full-time in studio practice. And I had a number of deadlines, which for me just unleashed an enormous amount of creative energy. And since then, I have been working on this interaction series. So for about 2.5 years, I'm on number 33 now as we speak. And all of them are large. And I love large. I love the physicality of it. I love being in the work. I love the visceral quality of being surrounded by it. And I think other people, as based on the wows that I heard walking into the room, enjoy that as well. So I'll tell you a little bit about my imagery, where it's derived from. I'm one of these people that has an enormous curiosity, and I love to learn new things. But I have a pathway that is quite circuitous. I just retired from a 35-year business of advising foundations and nonprofits in social change strategy. So anywhere from diversity, education improvement, community development, anti-poverty programs. So it was a great world, but I was initially trained as a biologist. then a psychologist. And serious, I mean, I love education. I spent a lot of money on education. And then I'm an architect and planner. So, yeah, right. So when I look at, when I really started paying attention to my voice, I started thinking that, oh, there you are. There is your fascination with organic structure, from the small scale of biological form to land form to community to people. So I'm interested in all of those dimensions. So my imagery and kind of saying, oh yeah, is derived from that. But I'm also very committed to and passionate about exploring formalist concepts of shape, ground, figure, line. And I am a big picture kind of a gal. And I think these pieces, reflect that. I am also at a phase in my life where simplicity and clarity seem to come easier than they ever have. And it's a great pleasure. I'm down to my essentials. And after a very complicated life of juggling, very complicated practice of and a business of managing 35 other people across the country. And it's a great pleasure. It is such a great pleasure to be in my studio and explore and play and get down to what's important. I look at this work, and some of my colleagues have said the same thing. This is part of my early series. And when I look at what I'm doing now, it's just taken off so much more complexly, but simply. So it's really, but I still enjoy these. And I also am really driven by color. I see Kit's piece, and I see people who work with white. I cannot do that. I wish I could. But I have to get the juice from the super saturated colors to get the energy to deal with the tough construction and so on. So I do want to recognize Maria Baudouin, who is my quilter. I do not quilt. I used to use the excuse that I didn't have a big enough house. Now I really just don't really want to do that. And that probably was the truth all along. So, but we work together on it. She does a magnificent job. So.